thing to stop spinning, and it just stopped spinning. I never know. It probably started recorded, but I just wait. What's up, everyone? Harry the Big Dog here. This is day 18. Can you believe it? Of the 50-day countdown to the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Shout outs to Free Agent Soul, Free Agent Radio, and Broadcast Hip Hop Network. Yo, I don't know if y'all read the title yet or the description. I got my man MD with us today, and we talking about Strong Island hip hop. Now,
Strong Island.
Strong Island hip hop. Now, Long Island or Long Island as we called it, and this is phonetically um let me get to it. This is phonetically how it's sounded. Long
Long
Island.
Island. That's a good one. That's a good one. I wasn't prepared for that one.
That's how we said it back in the day. I guess people still say it that way.
hmm
Yo, shout out to you, MD, for coming on, hanging out
Thank
with
you.
me.
Thank you again.
Are they celebrating hip hop anniversary in Long Island like that? I know they are in the Bronx,
It's
but are they doing it
everywhere.
in Long Island like that?
It's everywhere.
It's
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Unavoidable, actually. Uh, I could. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Has anybody ever really said what was the first rap song out? What was actually the first? Uh,
It's debatable. People will tell you the Fatback Band. People will tell you um, the Sugar Hill Gang. It's debatable.
you
What
know whose name I haven't heard,
what
and whose name really whose it is?
what?
King Tim the Third.
King Tim the Third. Yes, I've heard that one too.
He's the first one ever. And Sugar Hill Gang was the very first commercial one, and Gap Band had like a. It was more of like a
I said
groove.
Fatback Band. I
Yeah,
meant to say King
It was
Tim.
it was
King
Gap
Tim the
Band,
Third.
wasn't it?
I don't know. I meant to say King Tim the Third. That's what I was thinking,
Okay,
and Fatback Band came out of my mouth.
I know you
Oh
know.
man! So, yo, what was hip hop like in Long Island and in Hempstead in
Um,
uh, um, Amityville and anywhere them areas? What
okay,
was hip hop
well,
like back in the day?
fresh into Long Island at the young age of niner. Um, of course, DJing. How can I say it? I gravitated more towards the underground than
Yeah.
commercial in Long Island, and I was listening to stations underground. WBAU with
Okay.
Mr. Bill, and then Wildman Steve took over. I was actually listening to Spectrum City on BAU. They had a lot of people. It was Teddy Ted, awesome too, as well.
Yes.
I grew up on all of that type of stuff. So I wasn't, even though you had the regular radio, I was on
Yeah.
the other side of the map. So I go to, then you wait, or you hit your recorder, you hit your record to get that hot song of the night. Which me growing up on underground Long Island side, it was like the Choice Five MCs, you had the
Yeah.
Funky Four, of course, like I said, Spectrum City. Like I heard that song Public Enemy Number One. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
I heard that song years before it became public because they used to play it on their underground Spectrum City show with Dr.
Oh,
Dre.
that's dope.
Yeah, Big Fat, not Big Fat, I don't want to say it that, but Big Dr. Dre with Ed Lover.
Yes.
He had his own show on WBAU as well. You know,
Did y'all get WHBI out there?
not that I know of.
We caught that in the Bronx, and I know it was only I think it was one of the AM stations, and they
Yeah,
didn't have a broad reach.
yeah. No, we most of the stuff came out of like um what was that college? It was in Westbury. WBAU broadcast out of some college. So
Okay,
it was mainly college radios, and like I said, Chuck D, all of them we grew up on. Which is how Leaders of the New School kind of got their enlightenment as far as with the radio and getting into that world.
right.
Um, it was all through those channels. Um, yeah, so Long Island, I think every borough had its own underground channel,
Yeah,
if you want to say, but mine was WBAU. Like I said, Teddy Ted Austin too.
yeah.
Um, I grew up on all of that stuff.
That is dope. So, um, you said the Public Enemy song. You heard that years prior to it coming out. Like
Yeah,
how many years?
I would say at least 3 to 4 years before it even became public. Even longer than
Wow.
that. Because like I said, I was in high school recording Spectrum City on BAU. And
Yeah.
they used to play that because they was actually college fraternities. I can't think of the name of the song. I know the songs in my head because I actually remember the songs. But they were
Right.
all in college fraternities making these songs. And one of the songs that they made was Chuck D and Flavor, which was Public Enemy #1. And they used to rock that on the Underground show all the time. And then one day, years later, I'm at work and here comes that on the radio. I'm like, well, what the hell? And I thought I was listening to underground radio when I first heard it. I said, what the hell is going on? To realize that, as time went on, they signed the Def Jam and
Yep.
they're coming out with all of their stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So just to know that I had such a early uh,
You
taste.
had a real jump start on all of that.
Yeah, it was like, damn, I knew I had the keys then. I had the keys. You know what I'm saying? So it just keeps it. And honestly speaking, I still listen to the underground more. The underground is bigger. Like I said, there's more people
Right.
underground than above. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I stay
What
underground.
what groups back in the day that nobody really heard of that came out of Long Island that you
Uh,
know about?
I'll tell you one of the first groups that was in Long Island that came out that was fire. Um, who's the dudes? Shuby. Um, what was their names? Boys and clan and you walking the flavor.
Crash Crew.
Crash Crew, bingo. Shout them
Yeah.
out. One of the sisters went to my school, so that was like back when I was in like junior high school. They was rocking that out. You know,
Yeah.
let me see. Long Island. It was just a lot of people came out of Long Island that was out there.
I
You
know a
know,
lot of y'all producers came out because I interviewed all of y'all, but
yeah.
yo,
It's hard to
and
really say. It's hard to really
yeah,
say.
yeah, definitely. So this
And not to
was,
sound funny, even though he claims he's from Brooklyn, even though he is, but Buster's from right here too.
oh, dope.
Right here too. He claims Brooklyn, but he's right here.
Oh, that's where he got his main start at.
Yeah, all day. Or if it wasn't for here, there'd be no there.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow. So, yo, there you have it. Harry the Big Dog, my man MD. We talking about Strong Island. We out.
Strong.